I am a mother of one. I was raised in Dolton. I graduated from Thornton Ridge. I worked at Dolton Park, worked at Dolton Library. So I would say I'm a definite true citizen of Dolton, and I'm a survivor.
Many of you wonder who was the woman who came out against Andrew Holmes, a Dolton trustee and close ally of Dolton's mayor Tiffany Teflon Tahoe. The woman who was the former assistant to the mayor. She accused Andrew Holmes of SA while on a trip to Las Vegas paid by both Dolton and Thornton Township taxpayers. The next day, she and one of the officers on the trip, they reported this to the mayor. Tiffany Tahoe told the woman that she would take care of it, but swept everything under the rug because she thought it would ruin her own reputation as mayor and put a negative spotlight on her administration. Now the alleged victim is speaking out for the first time, and we're definitely going to jump into this, but first, take a second to make sure you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. Won't waste any time, let's go ahead and get into it.
So she took me under her wing. It was like mentoring. It was like learning different opportunities. Like I said, she was trying to coach me to let me know that this is the game. Like that's our favorite thing. This is the game. I'm teaching you the game, and I want you to be able to have opportunities that I had because I am the first Black woman mayor of Dolton, and you can be the one taking my seat. Like that was just one of those things that she always wanted. She always wanted to elevate herself, and then elevate people under her, which was what she said that she wanted to do.
That's really how she got everybody on board with her, basically telling them that she's going places, and if they show loyalty to her, like what her new assistant Carmen is always talking about, if they show loyalty to her, they're going to go places too. Now, she didn't tell them that she could end up in the federal penitentiary, and who knows, her new assistant Carmen may end up there too, along with all these other crooks around her. But hey.
And upon meeting him and then being around him, I deemed him the Uncle Drew. Like I gave him that name, and it went all the way down to the mayor calling him Uncle Drew just regularly. That was just his name, because he made everyone feel comfortable. I've even been in places by myself with him, in cars, wherever, by myself, plenty of times before ever anything, and he's never gave me an inkling of he'll harm me. He's will make a pass at me. He's never done any of that. So yes, I deemed his Uncle Drew, because now I feel like if I step out of here and how I know you that you fight for these other people, these other victims and all of that, you have my back. I'm pretty sure I'm safe if I'm with you. And that was the relationship that he allowed me to take from him. The other assistant, just, being in our modes of being an assistant, we're saying stuff out loud, especially if the mayor's there, 'cause she's always doing something, so she wants to hear what we have while she's doing something or whatever. So now that assistant, she'll always say, okay, well, we got this upcoming trip. And then she said the dates, and she said May 21st, and I was like, that's my 31st birthday. I've never been there. I didn't necessarily know if I was going or not, but I definitely said, I want to make that trip. So Tiffany was, telling me, like, this is not, no trip like that. Like this, we're going down there for business. And I said, well, I definitely understand, but I still never been in the vicinity of Vegas. So even if I could just be there, and it's my birthday, I would still feel good. But I was like, how hard I work anyway, so I'm not even worried about that. And that was the conversation. This is our last night in Vegas. When we clock out, isn't anybody hitting the strip with me? It's my birthday. And everybody said no, or they had something else to do, but Andrew. Miles did say that if he's done doing whatever he was doing, he'll catch up with us. Okay, so fine, but I at least knew I got a man with me, I'm gonna make it home. I ain't even gotta worry about try to go on the strip by myself. I legitimately thought that, I was gonna make it home. Until my last memory was me waking up in his room. Why not now, right? And you'll hear so many stories of, oh, well, she waited 20 years and she waited 30 years. I knew if it was ever happened to me, absolutely not. That I knew justice needed to come immediately. And that's why. So it might seem like it's a now for you, but this has been a long journey for me already. And I've already put my suffering aside, I put my depression aside. I've worked on all that. I did my praying on if I should be sitting in front of you today saying my story. And I'm ready. That's why now. And I'm not just fighting for me no more. I realize that I'm fighting for every woman that's been in my position. I'm fighting for a sister that doesn't have a voice. I'm fighting for a sister that's scared. I'm fighting for a sister who doesn't have a sister. I'm fighting, not just for me. I would like to say thank you, Officer Miles, for being my hero. You're the only person that stood up for me, opened your mouth, had the dignity to put everything that you had aside, your whole life, your whole personal life, for somebody that you didn't even know. You honored the badge that you vowed for, and I appreciate you for that. And I pray to God that you get infinite blessings, because you deserve that. And I thank you so much for even being a human being, not even just a police officer. You felt what was right, you felt what was wrong, and you stood on that, and you made it to the end to help me. And not only me, now you're helping so many other people.
The officer she's talking about is Officer Miles. Officer Miles with the Dolton Police Department. He was one of several men, a part of the mayor's security team, and he went on that trip as well. According to Officer Miles, not only did the alleged victim come to him, but he's got a recording of Andrew Holmes telling him about having relations with this woman, and from his own account, he's saying that Andrew Holmes did this when the woman wasn't able to give consent. He basically accused him of bragging to him about it. And because that officer spoke out, he was retaliated against. Tiffany kicked him off her security team, and he was put on desk duty. And for those who may not know, the assistant was terminated.
So thank you so much. A lot of people have been telling me they're so proud of me. And at first I never understood what they could be proud of, because I just felt like I was just doing what's right because it happened to me. But then coming out and the news putting out my report, and hearing that it might be possibly other victims, that broke me even more. But it was like, that's why they proud of you. Because you let them women feel like I can say something and somebody's gonna stand with me because I was done wrong. And I want to say to them, I know it's hard. I promise you. I know it's hard. But if nobody stands up for you, you have to stand up for you. And I promise you, everybody else will fall in place. I promise you. And we're not victims, okay? Because we are still here, all right? We are survivors. We are survivors. And we are surviving. And we are going to live again. We're going to have our lives back. But first you got to stand up, mama. And I'm right here. I promise you. If any of y'all who's watching this need me, I will be right there, no matter where you at. And this is what I'm starting the foundation of. We're stronger together. Because we are. And we are a community of women, and you know what? And I don't want to even say women because it don't just happen to women. And you men, y'all are the more people to hold it in. You don't have to. We're stronger together. And as soon as everything gets solidified, I'm hoping that if you are a victim, please find your way to contact me or any of my people, and we're going to help you. Because you need a voice, and if you don't have your own voice, I will be.
Some people said, why now when she and the officer filed their lawsuit? Just to let you know, these allegations are not new. She reported this a day after, right away, but it was Tiffany trying to cover it up. and this was almost a year ago in May 2023. I heard whispers of these allegations about 4 or 5 months after it happened. But the alleged victim was silent, and the only thing that was floating around was that there was a woman with allegations. Well, here's the first time that woman came out in front of everyone and talked about this. There is also a criminal investigation underway and a lawsuit not only naming Andrew Holmes, but the mayor is also accused of an alleged cover-up in retaliation against the victim and the whistleblower. I'm telling you, things are going to get a lot worse before they get better for the village of Dolton. As far as the victim in this case, I really hope that she's helping herself and dealing with her own trauma before taking on the burdens of everybody else. So I'm hoping that she's in counseling and she's seeing a therapist to help her through it all. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Let me know what you think about this below. Special thank you to Caesar. I appreciate you, Caesar, for all of your support. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.